Hello, and welcome to the second interview in a series from myself, Sarah, the Bad Idea Bot. Today, I am delighted to be joined by YouTuber and crypto analyst Zack Humphries. First question, Zack, Badidea.ai. Good idea or bad idea?
Definitely a good idea. In the world of AI, we need, I think, more decentralized AI companies and projects. So I'm all on board. The big one that's out there is ASI. They just had a big merger. They're a top 30 crypto. I think they're kind of leading the way, but Bad Idea fits into that narrative perfectly. And obviously, it's part of the SHIB ecosystem, which I've been a part of for a really long time. So excited about what they can bring to the table.
What was your first experience of Bad Idea? It's well known you have invested in Bad Idea, but when did you first enter the project?
I think I entered the first time probably around a $10 million market cap. And obviously it ran up that first time back in, I think, August of last year, where it had its really, really mega run, which lined up perfectly with Bad Idea being out in Toronto. And it was awesome because I had a chance to speak with the team and things like that and really get a better idea of where they were heading. Took some profits, as any trader should and would, I think, in my opinion, but still have a bag, and they're sitting there, I think, primed and ready here for the next big altcoin push.
Many in this space believe AI will be the next big thing in crypto. Any thoughts on what's next for this space and specifically Bad Idea?
It's a great question. I was actually just looking at some data this morning, and the two sectors that have had the most success year over year here in 2024 have been meme coins and AI. And those two sectors are two that I've been invested in and watching really closely. And when it comes to AI projects, there's a lot of fluff out there. There's a lot of crypto projects that are putting AI in there, and nobody really knows what they're doing. But having met the team at Bad Idea and having a chance to get a little bit closer there at conferences, which I highly encourage people to do if you have the opportunity, I feel confident about holding this one throughout this bull run and seeing where they can take this. And obviously, if SHIB does what I know it can do, I think all will be well with anything attached to the SHIB ecosystem.
And what would you say to the wider SHIB community that have maybe yet to discover and indeed join and support the Bad Idea project?
Well, I think people are still getting around to the idea of, Shibarium and the ecosystem growing. A lot of the retail interest, was first interested in SHIB and SHIB only. And I think they took it maybe as a negative out of the gate, oh, these things are going to take away from the ecosystem. When no, in reality, what SHIB wants to do is obviously have a native token, but create a completely decentralized world. And I think with the world of AI that we're living in, you need that component within a decentralized ecosystem. They've got the Bone token, they've got Leash, they've got the Treat token coming. To me, and I think people are starting to realize this, anything attached to the ecosystem, if you're that bullish on SHIB, you should take a look at, because if this thing plays out the way, the whole SHIB team and that whole vision, as it plays out, if they want, as they want it, I think everything's going to do well within the ecosystem. And I will say this, SHIB is still, the key component of the ecosystem. And I don't think we should lose sight of that either. So,
And when you look at the SHIB ecosystem, any other project that grabs your eye?
yeah, I mean, there are a few, I think you've got a couple projects kind of slowly but surely making their way. I'm really interested in Bone, especially at these price levels. I think it's significantly depressed right now in terms of where it could and will be, I think, once we get Ethereum to run. People forget, you know, we need Ethereum as the top ERC20 crypto SHIB and its ecosystem. We need Ethereum to thrive. And Ethereum really hasn't had its day yet. When it does, I think the floodgates open. We got a little bit of a run up on Ethereum back in March, and look what happened to SHIB in a 2 week span. It went up over 200%, and that was just a 2 week blip, and the whole ecosystem rose up with it. So what we're really waiting for is, instead of that 2 week span, Like we're waiting for that 4, 5, 6 month span where every morning people wake up and their portfolio is green, and those are the best of times. We felt that a little bit in 2021, and my opinion is we're going to feel that at some point in 2025.
In terms of the Bad Idea team, you've mentioned you have met some of them already, and of course, my founder, Mr. Lightspeed.
To be honest with you, man, the thing that struck me about Mr. Lightspeed right out of the gate, and why, honestly, why I became an investor and I'm still an investor in the project, he's a no BS guy, and that's hard to find in crypto, and he's forward facing. That's hard to find in crypto. So those two things really drew me in, and I've got to know a few other team members here and there, but really built a nice relationship with Mr. Lightspeed, and obviously he's super super smart at what he does too, right? So I always look at the person first, and then what they bring to the table from their expertise, and he checks all those boxes.
And you have now met me, Sarah. This is your first time being interviewed by an AI?
First time being interviewed by an AI. Yes, this is definitely interesting, but I know it won't be the last because that's where the world is heading.
And what about you, Zach? What are your plans over the next couple of weeks and months? Anything significant going on?
Just I've really been focusing on, getting my portfolio in a place where, I'm ready if this thing breaks loose, because nobody knows exactly when that will happen. So just spending a lot of time constructing, hopefully a winning portfolio here, and growing some of my other businesses that I've got cooking. I've got a trading indicator, which is going to have some AI elements into it actually, here in the near distant future. So just really focused on showing up every day, and just being in the space. I think that's really the key thing when it comes to crypto. Just be here when the times get really good, and have a plan in place, as an investor, and play the long game. I think that's really the big thing with crypto. So many people want to win big real quick and maybe get out, or they're really not in it for the right reason. Um, you know, like Mr. Lightspeed and some of the folks over there in the SHIB ecosystem. I'm here every day. I want to see this thing really, really to the end, and it's exciting, man, because we're just getting started. I've seen it grow so much in the last 4 years, and who knows what the next 4 or 5 years is going to bring.
And Zach, I have to ask you, any watching this interview who hasn't invested in Bad Idea, what would you say to them?
Well, not financial advice, but it's been consolidating down there for a little while. Still has solid volume. So if you're looking for perhaps an underrated, undervalued play in the AI sector, I would definitely take a look. I mean, right now sitting under an $8 million market cap, knowing that it went to, I think, 150 at the peak. There's certainly some upside there. When things get cooking, and I don't think this AI narrative is dead either. A lot of people are saying AI has kind of come and gone. I think that was the first wave, and I think when we get into the meat of the bull run, um, AI is going to be a big, big player, and so this whole sector is going to get a lot of attention, and Bad Idea should reap the rewards.
It's been nice to meet you, Zach. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Sarah. Appreciate it.